Welcome to another episode of My Brother's Video Podcast. I am your host, Vance Anderson. And guess what? It's an all special event. I got some guests here today who are, I consider very close friends. And let me tell you something. They are in the business. You hear me? So we're going to talk about it. This couple's been married for 30 years. They have been high school sweethearts for dating for 35 years and counting. I love the fact that they said dating. They've been Christians for 27 years, have 5 adult children and 3 grandchildren. Their names are Ray and Deshonda. They've counseled and supported married couples for over 27 years via church. Over the years, they've hosted many marriage workshops, think tanks, date nights, and a host of fun events, all aiming at helping marriages thrive. Their passion turned to a business where they can now share the love with millions of married couples all around the world. The dream of promoting Christian marriages in the light that God intended is their aim. Welcome the romantic Roberts, Ray and Deshonda. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey there, Vance. We're so happy to be here.
Yes,
Excited.
Awesome. Hey, listen, first of all, Ray and Deshonda, we met in church how long ago? What? Five, 6? How many years ago?
Yeah, so I would say something like that.
Somewhere like that. I'm taking a guess. Yeah. And so, and speaking with y'all, I remember like how we used to implement some of these things into the date nights that we used to have, and we'll talk about that later. But FORLOVERSONLY.org is your company, For Lovers Only, and it's about keeping marriages hot and holy, right?
Hot and holy.
Gotta keep them hot.
Look, hot and holy, right? I love that idea. It is a faith-based organization where your mission is to provide married couples the support they need to keep marriage both hot and holy as God created. So tell me about this. How did you all come about the idea? Because there are so many businesses one could create. Why did this one resonate with the two of you?
Well, I think because of kind of what you said at the beginning, Vance, it was something that we had been doing naturally. Yeah. We really believe in investing in marriage and just giving it, your best shot. And so that kind of morphed into us helping others and creating special dates and romantic moments for other people. It kind of morphed into doing workshops. It just was something that organically happened from what we naturally did. We took our marriage, what God blessed us with, and tried to share it with others. And then that became hundreds of others, right, until it, was a platform just naturally created for us. And we thought, we just need to make this a business. Let's take the leap.
Interesting you say that, right? Many couples face challenges, and this topic we're talking about today, listen, hot and holy, like we talking about like product, right? Like things that keep your marriage sexy and hot, because romance is an important part of any relationship, especially when you get married, because you can easily kind of lose that fire. And so like product itself, you all came into this idea and this concept, and I'm sure like any other couple you've had challenges. How have you seen this help couples be better at their relationships?
Our niche is trying to keep it still Christian based, but we know that a lot of the products aren't packaged well and all that for Christians. So with people having a hard time being able to go into particular stores and being able to order online safely without having any issues or challenges, we wanted to be able to present that to people, or to couples. And so being able to do that kind of helped us to see, like, man, the marriages need help. People are kind of struggling with trying to have fun and being able to really engage with their spouse. Right. So with that, along with what she said earlier, that just bringing that passion and the things that we've learned and been taught throughout the years, it was like, you know what? Let's try to find things that people want and at the same time that they need, but that are still packaged well and that won't cause others to struggle during and compromise their walk with God, and being able to still have fun. And that's where it pretty much started from there.
That's interesting, right? Making a product available to individuals where they don't compromise their walk with God. Look, I have a hard time going into a store. Like, it's a different look.
It's
Period.
difficult.
It's
Yeah.
difficult, right? And sometimes it can be very difficult from a conversation with my spouse about her needs, right? Or my needs. How do you help individuals kind of broach that topic with your company and the things that you offer?
Great question. I think gently, we take people where they are. One of the first things, we kind of have this little clause, whether we're doing a workshop, a class, or individual couple counseling, is to kind of do a needs assessment in your marriage. And we actually have that tool on our website, in our marriage tools, is to individually do an assessment. Where are you at in terms of your comfort? Because, depending upon your past, your experiences, your upbringing, you can bring that into your marriage, and it can be a huge roadblock into communication on sexual, physical intimacy, which we find happens often in married couples, depending upon where they came from. So we really say, first start with a conversation. You have to talk to each other and find out, where are you at? Are there some things that could be a physical or mental, emotional block? We got to deal with that first, because if you just come home with a toy and your spouse has some trauma, it's not going to work, right? So there's got to be a conversation first, and then do this needs assessment. Find out what each other is like. Everything begins with a conversation. That's one of the first things.
So don't come home with surprise, right? Nope.
We don't recommend, unless you know your spouse and that comfort. But if not, that could be a surprise gone wrong.
Yeah, so y'all heard it first. Don't be coming home and talk about surprise, because it could be like a surprise going wrong.
Yes.
You talked about roadblocks a little bit. What do you think are some major roadblocks, or even minor roadblocks that couples face to keeping love alive?
Well, I think the number one is they stop investing in their marriage. They stop investing in each other and getting back to what brought them together. It could have been a look, or maybe they got invited to a old school company party or something. They're like, man, her or him, and so we all lose that through time, right? And so during that time of kind of like being in the desert, you hear a lot of things of what people say about get back to where, what made you fall in love, that first love. Yeah, exactly. So being able to do that, you got to find it. And sometimes it does take some digging. It does take some questioning yourself. It's like, man, what did she like to do? But once again, it comes back to that conversation. Like, just, if you don't know, then you just got to ask, but you got to ask at the right time. Don't ask in the middle of a nice, you spent, a couple $100 for dinner and all these flowers. Okay, so what do you like? Like, that might not be a good time to do it. So like the week before or something like that, being able to go into it that way, then you have a better idea of what, in this case, what she likes, and then I can plan accordingly. It's like, well, maybe the dinner's not a big deal. Maybe it's taking some little trip somewhere is more of a bigger impact versus a dinner. So you got to kind of play it. But once again, it gets back to that communication.
Investing. I love what he said about investing, because I think even, being married 30 years, one of the killers is becoming overly comfortable. We have to be careful of not taking each other for granted, or stop complimenting one another. It's the little things, you used to open the door, or you used to kiss goodnight, or you used to, dress a certain way, and now you're in sweats all day, or, nothing bad about that. But, you gotta, what you did to get them, you gotta keep it up, like, it's not every day, put the full makeup, but make the effort, invest, and don't take each other for granted. Keep your love alive.
Yes.
So that's interesting, right? Like, first of all, I agree with everything you've just said, because I've done a ton of reading on I've been in and out of relationships, and so when I got married, it'll be 9 years this January. So when I got married, it was like, how do I keep this marriage strong? And so you're right. You can rest on your laurels and fall out of love, or the other individual falls out of love. And I made it a point to really not allow my wife to fall out of love. Like I need to try to keep this relationship as happy as possible and do my part. Right. So that little boop, that little pat or graze going by is, hey, I'm thinking about you. Right. Like throughout the days. You've been married for over 30 years and dating for 35. And I love the fact that you say dating. What are some just small tips you can recommend to viewers about that dating piece? And then also, we talk about conversation. It's easy to say we need to converse, but it's difficult to do so. So are there some entry point, like some things that you can say as an entry point to even begin that conversation?
I have a deep passion for this part of the topic. Like my husband is amazing at this. And I think being a recipient of that, I am definitely a hopeless romantic. And I think one of the things that we find when we're counseling couples is that we get stuck. It's like the hamster wheel, right? It's like, well, he's not doing this, so I'm not going to do that. Well, she's not doing this, so I'm not going to do that. And it's like nobody wants to let down the shield. And so I think like the most important thing is that somebody's just going to have to make it happen, right? It's the comfort, we get lazy, it's so easy to just sit on the couch weekend after weekend, but we have on our website some incredible, just little tips to just put the gas in the car and get the engine started again. It's like, you got to start with those little dates. And I can't say enough about having a conversation over a dinner. Let's go out and watch the sunset and talk about what we like. Let's do I love what Dr. Gary Chapman has with the 5 love languages. You got to know what speaks love to your spouse. Mm-hmm. If your spouse is physical touch and you just keep bringing them gifts, you're missing it, right? Mm-hmm. We're loving people the way we think we want to be loved, but you got to love the way they want to be loved. That's my husband is words of affirmation. So I have to go out of my way to make sure that he's hearing that he's loved. Yeah. I'm physical touch, quality time. That's what makes me feel loved. So you first got to do that, but somebody's got to start it and not wait for the other person all the time.
That's interesting. You use the love language because my wife is physical touch and quality of time, right? I too am words of affirmation. And that's important. And it makes it definitely easier to make my wife feel like she's wanted, because she knows, like, I'm constantly caressing her, right? Just kind of sitting down and caressing her. And she provides me words of affirmation, and it's a constant reminder, and it makes me feel good. And so I love the content of the 5 love languages. Tell me, you mentioned dates, Deshonda, and I know you've held workshops and big date events before. Any recommendations on any dates? Is that go to your website? There's recommendations there, or do you have any immediate recommendations that you or Ray could offer to individuals?
Yeah, I think, sharing some of my favorite dates. I mean, whatever your budget is. And on our website, we have something for every budget, whether you're going to do a date in the house or, it's dating is in the eye of the couple, the beholders, right? It's if you are whisk me away on a weekend getaway, or you might be put a log on the fire, put some romantic music, pull back the furniture and let's slow dance and sip wine, or make me, let's cook together a special meal or dessert, or, I bought a massage table, invested in a massage table and turned the living room into a massage parlor, with the running water and on the YouTube and candles and, just set it up really nice. And it's just the intention, behind it. We have this great little date kit where it's 52 dates. So one a week for the whole year. You just pull a stick, and one of you can pull it 1 week and one of you can pull it, and you just do what it says on the stick.
Really?
So simple.
You got
you
your
can
whole
make that yourself.
Yeah.
So basically, you got every week planned. Boom. Just that easy, huh? That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's talk about the website. You mentioned the website, FORLOVERSONLY.org is where people can go to get to your website.
Yes.
I went there, and y'all offer a lot. clothing, games, lubrication and oils, toys. And I'm not talking about cars you push around, toys,
No.
books, and so much more. I want to talk about product, but I really want to talk first. I saw something that was on there, and it was marriage builders. What are marriage builders?
I'll start with that, right? And you can fill in, help me fill in. So the marriage builders are little tools. So they might be like taking the 5 love languages test, which we have linked on our site from Dr. Gary Chapman. There are books, specific books that literally walk you through, because we can't, we've been married 30 years. And so we may be over here with, what we like or what our knowledge base is, but there are some people who literally have never seen a toy or seen anything. So the marriage builders, there's things to how to walk through a conversation on, should we introduce a vibrator or dildo into our marriage? Something that basic to, how to care for things like how to talk dirty. You can't just assume everybody knows what that is. So the marriage builders on our site literally are support tools and resources to help you through those different levels of wherever you are in your marriage.
That's true. Even if you got to pull up the site and have it off to the side and read it verbatim, at least you're using it. And you're doing something different. It's going to seem awkward. It's going to seem out of place. It might seem weird, but at least you're trying, right?
Yeah,
it's better than just not doing anything at all and just like, oh, whatever. She'll just take whatever I give her. Let's go out to dinner again. I'll spend $500 this time. I'll spend $1,000 this time, and maybe we'll rent a car or something. So it's to get out of that hamster wheel that we talked about earlier.
Interesting, because you're right, you can get on a hamster wheel and just go and still not be achieving the goal of making the relationship or the marriage stronger. You mentioned dildo and vibrator. I have to ask this question. Are they 2 separate things?
I think they're different.
So a vibrator can be any sort of material. It can be glass. It can be shaped in any different way. It can have a bend in it. And that's mostly for the vibration, the stimulation. It not necessarily is a penis or a male anatomy type of toy. It's just, it's a vibrating tool.
Multi-functions.
A dildo is more fashioned after a penis. So it's more in the image of a male anatomy. So it can have vibration, but it doesn't have to. The dildo is literally like an actual simulation of a penis.
True.
So I also, not to have wanted to talk about products yet, because we're gonna do some product conversations later. In short form order, people, we're gonna get there. So there's other important things to talk about though. I know most people are like, get to the product. Get to the product. Look, I got my stuff on and everything. I'm ready to talk about product.
Robe on, people.
I got the robe on and everything. So I also saw on your website For Her Eyes Only and For His Eyes Only. Can the two of you talk about like what is that about?
I can start.
Yeah.
So For His Eyes Only is a section, just what it stated. For His Eyes Only is for the guys to be able to go in, click around, get some ideas, and it could be towards a date. It could be guided towards just some guidance on what to do, what steps to take after you've done some, say you did do a great date. So now you might go to For His Eyes Only, which will help guide you to the next step, which could be another date, but it could be something that's another level. You might have started at one level. Now this should be able to take you to the next level. And there's going to be different ones that keep getting uploaded, but it's, once again, it's a great start to be able to help you to initiate a different kind of a vibe or a rhythm that you've had once before.
Fellas, you heard that. If you want to level up, For His Eyes Only, you need to check it out. So Deshonda, For Her Eyes Only then?
So For Her Eyes Only is exactly that. This is for the wife section only, for you to go and be able to plan and prepare. There's tools to help guide you through step-by-step instruction. My pride and joy on there is the 7-day wife challenge. And let me tell you something, if you're not tired by day 7, you didn't do it right. Let me tell you, it's something, if you do this challenge, I'm going to guarantee you a whole new marriage. It's a game changer.
Is that
So
right?
For her eyes only, if your wife does this 7 day, if you're listening, wives, you take this 7-day challenge, I'm telling you, unlock the keys to heaven.
Woo. Hey, so Mr. Roberts,
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming you had to go through this as a trial run, right?
Yeah,
Is it a winner? Is it a game changer?
I co-signed on that. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ladies, if you heard directly from Deshonda, it is a game changer. And for the men, he co-signed it. So listen, I had to tell my wife about it.
Yes. Click on over here.
So the other thing I noticed on the website was there's a section talking about spontaneous seductions for him and her. Can y'all talk about that a little bit?
So spontaneous seductions was born out of, we don't have time all the time to create like this, all this money or all this time. Maybe we only have 5 minutes. Right. Maybe it's it's a Tuesday night special. It's a Wednesday night. You don't got to wait for the weekend. You can click on spontaneous seduction and get something to help you. People, I'm not spontaneous. I'm not creative. I don't have ideas. We thought about that. We thought about you. So all you have to do is click on that and it literally will give you something, a 5-minute bang for your buck for free.
Is that right? Look, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it directly from
literally. It's a quick.
Oh man, look, I'm getting excited just listening. I'm gonna go on right after we log out. Shoot, I'm telling you, products. We here. Let's talk about products. So we can go anywhere with products, but I want to start off with, do you have any special recommendations for someone who's never really even ventured into like this direction to try to keep their marriage exciting and happy? Any entry level products that you recommend?
There's a couple of little games that we have on the site that they're already packaged. She mentioned one about the 52 dates. Then there's other ones that have to do a little bit more intimacy. But once again, it's a card. You can kind of read it and guide it, and that would guide you also. I'm also thinking of an actual game. So once again, you're off by yourself or wherever, right? And you'll be able to take the game out. Some have dice, some have little pieces. You answer some questions that kind of open things up, and it just kind of moves around the board. And some of the games have things to do as you go around the board. Sometimes the card will tell you, and if you can only move ahead if you do that task or something like that. So those are the first couple of things that I thought of right off the top of my head.
Interesting.
Games are very non-threatening, because you don't need to fill the space. The game tells you exactly what to do and what to say. And so those tend to be our biggest sellers, our games, because people feel like, okay, I have instructions, on what to do. So, and most people are familiar with playing board games. This is board games with a kick.
Yeah. Come on. Yes. Board games with a kick.
This is not a family game.
I might have to give me a cigarette. Shoot, I don't even smoke. Come on, y'all. What other products do y'all recommend? I know y'all got some stuff in the background there. Look, what do y'all recommend for folks that are trying to keep marriages exciting?
It's kind of what we said in the beginning, like a conversation, right? Yes. Because you could come home, dressed as someone else. If you're one of the guys,
True.
You could come home, you could, add a little spice. I think one of the things that we really wanted to invest in was role plays, just trying to spice it up. So we literally have wigs and costumes and just whatever. Fantasy role play is always really fun because sometimes stepping into another character or creating someone new, it helps people to get out of themselves as well. So they're highly recommended. But we literally have something from, if romance is your aim, we sell rose petals and massage kits and oils for massages. If you're into role play, if you're into, something a little bit more like the handcuffs and the whips and, things like that, or just something quick, like he has a pair of glow in the dark dice.
Okay.
know?
Dark dice. Yeah, you just roll them. And we also have some products for the Latin speakers. So it's not, everything's not always in English.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But yeah, you roll the dice and just do what it says. And once again, this is a little game that you're able to get into.
Does the dice actually have like words on it, or they pick a number and then you?
Oh,
No.
no. They tell you what to do. The dice do all the
Oh,
work for
The
you.
dice
Oh,
does all
snap.
work.
Okay. So hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Real quick. You showed me some men underwear. I want to
Yeah.
call them bikinis. Are they like a one size fit all? Because some brothers bigger than others, and it might not fit. How big do those things come? Because I might need a big size. How big do they come?
So we do have sizes. We try to get many different sizes because we know not everybody is a model, right?
That's right.
The realistic part is that everybody's a different size. So even when like some of these, some say one size fit most, but then we also try to get bigger sizes or whatever to try to accommodate. But we definitely look out for everyone if we can.
That's
As
right.
long as if they offer it, then we try to get it.
That's right.
Interesting.
Right.
What other products do y'all
I
have?
mean, the culinaries that want to, in the kitchen, spice it up in the kitchen. Just add your favorite sauce.
I saw that. I actually saw that on the website. So are they actually in the shape of a penis?
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then we have some that are in the shape of boobs. You can mix it up and have a little mixed salad.
Is that right? So listen, what is y'all's biggest sellers? So what is the biggest seller that men are purchasing and biggest seller that females are purchasing? Do you know what they are potentially?
Yes. So the biggest sellers right now for men and women have been a lot of things in terms of the games. So, all sorts of games, like I said, depending upon what you're into, there's bedroom vows, there's kinky vows, the IOU, everybody's into the games and the fantasy role play clothes. A lot of vibrators are very big. That would probably be right up there with games, the vibrators and the games. A lot of husbands love to buy lingerie and games.
Is that right?
A lot of the husbands, yes. And the wives are the books. The books are really big too, because people are looking for something that helps and that they can do together and read no matter where they are. People come to us and say, what books do you guys recommend? Because we really are trying to work on our marriage. We want to get some other things, some little special treats to spice it up, but we really want something to help us continue. And so we have some really great books to help you do that as well.
So that's actually interesting. Products, show and tell. Listen, your website also has so many other products on there, right? That I'm gonna say to the guests, to the viewers out there, go to FORLOVERSONLY.OR.
Yes.
Log in and check it out, because I saw some stuff. I was like, I'm gonna need to buy that. Literally, I need to go and buy that. So you also offer a membership online. What can you talk about this membership that I noticed there's like 3 iterations of memberships there?
Yes,
Can you talk about that?
3 levels to the membership. So right now you can do a free membership where you just sign up, and that just allows you to get like a quarterly newsletter and keep up with some information, occasionally coupons, things like that. And then the monthly and annual memberships come with something a little more special. So those who invest in their marriage on that level, they are getting discounts to the workshops. They're getting discounts on our monthly subscription boxes, the date night boxes. They're getting first grab at any of the new products that we get. They get a special gift. We call it their love anniversary gift, the anniversary. So they get a special gift in there. A lot of times they get discounts on their orders over a certain amount, the purchases. So just a lot of discounts and a lot of, you've heard it first, and they get monthly coupons and things like that.
Got it. So if they are interested in seeing things and receiving things ongoing, especially discounts, sign up for a membership is what you're saying. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's
So
worth its weight in gold.
say it again. It is what?
It is worth its weight in gold.
I believe it. I believe it. Look. I don't have to sign up. So listen, we talked a lot about the hot side of things with
Yes.
your business and how it impacts individuals' relationships, their marriages. But let's talk about the holy side. I think that's just important. There's a holy side that you all focus on, and it plays an important role too in keeping a marriage strong and thriving. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, one part of it is having marriage devotionals, which will definitely help bring the couple together, and being able to utilize scripture to do that as well. But once again, it's a time to be able to come together, not really do it on your own and then go, well, did you read it? Or no, it's designed to be able to go, hey, let's sit down, let's plan a day, and let's just do this together, and be able to once again take those steps to bonding, to growing, to being able to even revitalize something that's kind of gone by the wayside, right? Because you're still married, you still love one another, but we just need something to help get us over this hump, right?
Yeah.
It's not like we're like beating up each other, all this weird stuff. We do love each other. We want this thing to grow. It just feels like we need something a little extra. So the devotional will help as well. But once again, it's about coming together and being able to read these together, answer some questions, pray about things, and being able to move forward.
And so is that a devotional as a couple? It doesn't necessarily mean you need to add other couples to that devotional. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just for the two of them. It's
Yes.
really just building that spiritual foundation, because I mean, God is the creator of marriage, right? We need to go back to the source of the power. Because if there are challenges, some of the devotionals are to help do some repair, and a lot of them are to keep, you want the car and the engine to keep moving, you got to put gas and oil in it. And so the whole foundation of For Lovers Only is, because we are a faith-based organization, we believe you can't have the hot without the holy.
Yeah,
You got to have both, because God designed them both together for marriage
Yeah.
to be enjoyed. And so the devotionals are there, to show you how to work together as a married couple, keeping God as the foundation so that you can enjoy the hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have a hot section and a holy section. What else is offered within that holy section? Anything that you can pinpoint and maybe highlight as part of the holy section, and how it, in addition to devotionals, any other things that are out there from the holy section that would help a marriage grow?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the same marriage builders are also weaved into the holy section, just helping you to, questionnaires and tools, interactive resources, so that you can build that friendship, that partnership, that spiritual foundation. Again, the devotionals are amazing. A couple's time together, reading the Bible, praying, showing you how to even plan and calendar things.
Yeah.
But the actual resources, the interactive resources are, meant to be that bonding time with just the two of you.
Yeah. Interesting. Thank you. You talked about calendar. So how can people access what events or workshops that you might be putting on? Where can they access that?
The FORLOVERSONLY.org website, as well as our social media, Facebook For Lovers Only, Instagram, we're on there as For Lovers Only and Hot and Holy. You can look us up as both, and those have constant updates, calendars, events, coupons and discounts that you can log in to see what workshops are next, or what date nights that we're hosting and putting on out there in the community.
Got it. So FORLOVERSONLY.org is the website.
Yes.
If you are interested in looking at the hot section, the holy section, go to this website. If you want to see calendar events, go to this website. If you are interested in keeping your marriage alive and fun and eventful, go to this website, people. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, My Brother's Video Podcast, we are about educating. We are about sharing the knowledge. Knowledge is power. This couple here, the Romantic Roberts, we got Ray and we got Deshonda, and they are sharing with you their success stories over the past 30 years. 35 if we talking about dating. So imagine what you could do to keep your relationship alive. Ray, Deshonda, any last words of advice to couples out there looking to keep that relationship alive?
You got to do it. You got to put the work in. It just doesn't happen overnight. Just like the dullness doesn't happen overnight. It's about investing. It's about giving back to your marriage. I know one of the things that we say is there's no one else that's going to fix this. There's no one else that's going to do the work. So you got to roll up your sleeves and put it in, right? The investment part is the great part because the return is going to be excellent.
Never stop dating.
Never stop dating. Y'all have heard it first from the Romantic Robbers. I'm your host, Vance Anderson, My Brother's Video Podcast. You can reach the Romantic Robbers at their website, FORLOVERSONLY.OR, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Email them, info@FORLOVERSONLY.ORG if you got questions. Romantic Robbers, I love the two of you. Thank you so much. My Brother's Video Podcast, we are out.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
I noticed you got some product on. Is that right? From your website, you got some product on? What? Share.
I do. I am wearing look at this quick little costume change. And then I'm a sparkly little Playboy bunny, Playgirl bunny. It's that simple. It's that simple. I'm wearing hair from our line.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. I mean, look at this. Just that quick. It's real. It's something in the moment. It didn't take me but a second. We sell this right now on the website.
All right. So right here, it's called Creative Kisses. It's 101 unique ways to kiss your lover. And it comes in 4 different languages. It's in English, Spanish, German, and French. So like this one card, it says, swat your partner with a newspaper after you kiss.
Gentle touches.
Look, because some people might read that wrong and they'd be like, skapam, right? Like a nice knock them out, but it's a gentle touch.
If you're going to swat with something like this, a little.
Okay, that's different. That's different.
It won't be so hard. I wanted to share one of these vows with we all have marriage vows.
Yeah, well, while she's getting that, you got a little costume here that you might want to. And this guys can purchase this as a date night and throw it into something. You can cook at home and then say, hey, honey, I need you to slip into this and keep the night going, right?
Come on. Okay.
I want to tell you something here. Never underestimate the power of double pleasure. Here.
So wait, what is that? Buzzy
right here,
butterfly.
These are called the buzzy butterflies, and they come in different types. Some are for the tongue, some go around, and everybody gets to enjoy. This is a marriage plus. Every marriage should have one of these.
Is that right? Like every marriage?
Every single marriage. This is for both. Everybody gets a dual bullet. So his and her pleasure.
So wait, I'm sorry, because I'm sweating here. Hold on a moment. Like, where exactly does this thing? Like, what'd you say you can put your tongue? What exactly is
this one? The ring goes around the male penis. And these butterfly ears are for the woman's area. The man is getting some vibration. The woman is getting the vibration. Everybody's having a party. Everybody's having a party with this one.
Gotcha. So wait. I gotta say this. That might not be good for somebody who's challenged and trying to hold back, right?
It actually, the ring helps
sometimes
to maintain.
Yes, sometimes it does help.
Does it?
It helps to keep it longer.
Is that right?
Stronger.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, then you can go to the
Pierce
The
tongue.
tongue.
Oh Lord. So wait. Hold on.
Keep the vibration.
So wait. What does the pierced tongue do?
Pretty much the same thing.
Wear it.
It just goes over your tongue. Cut it on and go to work.
Oh wow.
We have some that you don't have to have a pierced tongue. You just slip the band over your tongue, and it's great.
Okay.
Great oral.
So what was the other one called? What was it called? What was the name of it? Just so I can write
This
that
one
down.
is called the Buzzy Butterfly. And
Buzzy
it comes in
butterfly.
different styles.
Okay, look, the buzzy
Style.
butterfly. I gotta make sure I remember that. Hold
Yes,
on.
take those notes, people.
Okay.
Pick yourself up a Buzzy Butterfly or
Okay.
some kinky bedroom vows.
Okay,
You know,
Kinky, can you just
recite
read?
these.
Can you
Here, let me
read one vowel
these
off of this?
vows here. It says, I'll have my husband read it. I don't have
Okay.
glasses.
Okay. That's how you work
Keep it
together as
real.
partners. Come on.
It says, I request the honor of your playful presence to fulfill the following. I vow to write you an explicit love letter or email describing how I'll make love to you tonight.
Oh wow. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Give you
That-
some ideas.
Look, that's foreplay stuff right there.
There it is.
Right.
Foreplay.
And for
Women
you
are
gentlemen,
like ovens and men are microwaves. We
Thank
gotta
you.
be preheated.
so I was going to say thank you, because listen, for you men that don't know, you got to put the foreplay in there to get things started.
Yes.
It ain't like they say it
And
again.
one last thing before we
Okay.
head out. This one's a weekend in bed. So this would be great if you had a little, you can do a staycation. It doesn't even have to be a cation. You can do it for the weekend and just have fun. Of course, this is great if you went somewhere, and traveled.
Right.
But once
Shows
again,
you what's in there. So full
it has a
kit,
lot of different things inside to help you out.
Little carry case. Come
all
on.
there.
Come
Everything
on.
you need for a sexy weekend of fun.
And I'm loving that. So remember, people, for you men, women are like ovens. We like microwaves, so it takes a little time to warm them up. Okay, that's what I'm talking
We're here to help you, husbands. We're here to help you. We're creative for you.
Come on, and ladies, if your husband don't do it, just maybe you could go ahead and buy the stuff.
Go ahead.
And just tell them you got it, right? And say, this is what I like, right? Is that okay?
Right there. That's okay.
All
Everybody
right.
needs to have a little boudoir. Get that bedroom sexy. Kick out all the clothes and everything. Start your little hope chest.